What's going on, LEGO Maniacs? It's Ty, the LEGO guy here, and welcome to another episode of To Invest or Not to Invest. Today we'll be taking a look at the top 10 LEGO Star Wars sets to invest in that are going to retire soon. These are all models that have been around for about 2 or maybe even more years, so they're ripe for retirement. Anyways, this one should get interesting, but enough talk, let's get right into it. And at number 10, we've gone with the 75290 Master Builders Mos Eisley Cantina. This set came out in 2020 and it retails for about $350 USD. Now the only reason why this didn't make its way higher on the list is because it is a Master Builders or UCS style set. Now generally UCS sets can be on the market for about 2 to 4 years, whereas the average model that you get, which is maybe a play set or something from LEGO, is on shelves for about 1.5 to 2 years. So this could be out for another year or two. Brick Economy is telling me that it's going to retire early 2023. Take that with a grain of salt, they're often wrong. But this would be definitely one of those sets that I could see stocking up on just because it could retire middle of this year and no one would bat an eye at it. So yeah, because of those reasons, this comes in at number 10. Again, I wanted to put its way higher, but this may be one of those models that you have to sit on for a year or two. At number 9, we've gone with the 75254 ATST Raider. This came out in 2019 and it retails for about $50 USD. Now this has been out for a long time. It's actually a pretty good looking model. You get some pretty exclusive minifigures. The aliens are exclusive to this set. And the Mandalorian that's included in this one has only been included in a couple others. Cara Dune, they were saying that she maybe wouldn't be included in any future models, but she was in the Imperial Light Cruiser. So I don't know if she's gonna be in any other sets. That is an expensive model though. However, the Mandalorian is very, very popular. This one's ripe for retirement. They're saying that it's gonna retire early 2023. At least Brick Economy is telling us that. Not quite sure about that. This set could retire this year because it has been out a long time. But yeah, because of those reasons, I feel that this is a safe investment and it's one that you'd maybe want to start stocking up on now. At number 8, we've gone with the 75267 Mandalorian Battle Pack. This one came out in 2020 and it retails for about $15 USD. What's crazy about this one is if you look at the previous model that came out in 2010, 2011, because there was one other Mandalorian Battle Pack that came out, that set's going for almost 60 USD, so appreciate it a ton. I feel that this one's gonna do the same thing. You have some awesome looking minifigures in it. Again, it's the Mandalorian, very popular. It has been out for quite a while. And generally battle packs do extremely well on the aftermarket. I feel that this one's gonna do the same. This is definitely one of those sets I think you should buy, whether you're an investor or whether you're a collector and you wanna build your army. And what's great about this set is it doesn't take a whole lot of space and it's pretty cheap. This maybe should be higher on the list, but let's just put it at number 8. Very good overall set, and I think that you'd make some awesome gains on this one. At number 7, we've gone with the 75318, The Child. This came out in 2020, and it retails for about 80 USD. Now they're saying this one's gonna retire early 2023. They actually said the same thing about the Mandalorian Battle Pack. A lot of sets apparently are supposed to retire at this date, not sure why. We'll see again though, it is Brick Economy. Some people think this model looks weird. I don't really feel that way, I actually like it quite a bit. Most people love Grogu. If you like the Mandalorian, you like Grogu. And I could see this set not being remade anytime in the near future. So because of those reasons, I feel that this makes the list. I almost want to put the Battle Pack ahead of this, but again, this is a big scale Grogu, and I feel that it's gonna do quite well on the aftermarket. At number 6, we've gone with the 75317, The Mandalorian and the Child. This one came out in 2020 and it retails for about 20 USD. Now, this is very long for brickheads to be available on the market. That's the one thing that I'm concerned about with investing in this model. Apparently it's supposed to retire beginning of this year. Take that with a grain of salt, like we always say. But I think this looks awesome. They're two great looking brickheads. Generally brickheads that are Star Wars do really well in the aftermarket. Again, just how long it's been available is what concerns me, but I still think that you should pick this one up. It's cheap, it's small. You just might have to wait a year or two after it retires to make some decent money at it. But I think that this is one of those models that you should definitely stock up on. At number 5, we've gone with the 75277 Boba Fett. This is taken from the Star Wars helmet collection, and it came out in 2020, and it retails for about 60 USD. Now, apparently this one's supposed to retire beginning of 2023. See this one retiring earlier, maybe even later. Boba Fett's very popular, especially with the Book of Boba Fett being out. Apparently that's part of the reason why this set's going to be on shelves a little bit longer than the other helmets that came out around the same time. This one is just a question of when it does retire, but when it does, I think that you will definitely make some good money on it. This is actually a pretty nice looking model too, and for LEGO to remake this, I don't think they're going to remake it anytime soon, at least in its helmet form. And for that reason, I think that this is going to appreciate quite a bit. And at number 4, we've gone with the 75280 501st Legion Clone Troopers. This came out in 2020, and it retails for about 30 USD. This is one of the best models when it comes to army building, and that's probably the main reason why it's made its way on the list. Some people have bought 10, 20, 100 of these because they want to build their 501st Army. The 501st Troopers are actually the most popular clone trooper legion in the Star Wars universe. And for those reasons, I think that this is going to do very well. Some people think that because it's so common or so many people have bought so many of them, it's not going to do all that well in the aftermarket. I have to disagree with that. I wouldn't expect to make like 3 or 4 times on this set, but maybe, you know, doubling your money within the first 6 months, I could definitely see that happening. And again, the beauty of this is it's an army builder, so a lot of people never have enough of these. And it's a battle pack, and battle packs, like we've been saying, generally do extremely well on the aftermarket. At number 3, we've gone with the 75292, the Razor Crest. This came out in 2020, and it retails for about 130 USD. Now, it's supposed to retire beginning of 2023. The last model we took a look at is also supposed to retire at the same date. Everything's retiring beginning of 2023. The Mandalorian, like we've been saying, is very popular. This is his ship, although I don't want to give any spoilers away, but he does get a newer ship. So that actually leads me to believe that LEGO is going to probably retire this one sometime soon, just because this won't be his main ship that he's flying around in The Mandalorian. And it's one of those models that I don't think that they're going to remake anytime soon, just because it has only been around for 2 seasons. Although it's a great looking model and it has some awesome looking minifigures. And I think this will be one of those models in years to come that Star Wars enthusiasts are really gonna wanna get their hands on. So because of that reason, it definitely comes in at number 3. This is overall a very, very strong choice to invest in. And at number 2, we've gone with the 75252 UCS Imperial Star Destroyer. This came out in 2019, and it retails for about 700 USD. Now what's crazy about this one, and I'm not sure it's gonna do quite as well, but the last UCS Imperial Star Destroyer they made, being the 10030, retailed for 300 US, and it's now worth about 1700 US. Crazy gains. If this follows the same suit as the last one, this one's gonna appreciate a ton. Apparently it's supposed to retire beginning of 2022. There should maybe even be an argument to put this at number 1, but I couldn't quite do that. Although I still think that this is gonna do fantastic on the aftermarket. It is big though, it's a very big box. It's a very, very, very big set. So you're gonna have to have an area to store it, and it also is quite expensive. Those are part of the reasons why I think this is also gonna appreciate a ton, but it's gonna be a pain to store for the next year or 2. But definitely one of those solid choices. You will make some great money on this model. And at number 1, we've gone with the 75192 UCS Millennium Falcon. This set came out in 2017, and it retails for about 800 US. Now apparently it's supposed to retire beginning of 2022. Now if we compare this against the last UCS Millennium Falcon they made, that one is going for about $2,000, give or take nowadays, and it retailed for about 500. When this model wasn't out, being the 75192, the newer UCS Millennium Falcon, it was going for $5,000 to $10,000, which is absolutely crazy. Now, I'm not saying this one's gonna do that. However, it is definitely gonna appreciate a ton once it does retire. The question is when, but it has been out for a long time. It's going on 5 years now. And Brick Economy is telling us it's supposed to retire beginning of 2022. We'll see if that holds true. But when it does, you will definitely make some positive gains on this one. I wouldn't be surprised if you double your money a year after it retires. It just kind of is a pain to store just because it is so big and it is expensive. But it makes number 1. I feel that this is going to be one of those jewel sets that LEGO Star Wars fans are all going to want to have. But that pretty well does this list. Again, guys, let me know what your personal thoughts are on it. If there's any that I maybe should have added, if there's any sets I maybe should even take away from it. Always anxious to hear your guys' thoughts. But yeah, that pretty well does the video. But if you liked it, leave it a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, definitely consider subscribing and click that bell so you're notified for any future to invest or not to invest videos. We do one of them every month, every 2 months at the latest. And yeah, hopefully it's helping you guys out with which sets you should maybe pull the trigger on and which sets you should maybe avoid. And obviously this helps out the collector as well, because the last thing we want to happen is for a set to retire on us. We don't end up buying it, and to end up purchasing that set, it's gonna cost 2 or 3 times what it was worth when it was on shelves. But yeah, that's all I got for you again. But thanks again for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.